It's only in church that people leave because there was a misunderstanding. It doesn't make sense. Look at this. Let's take, for example, you're working in a company and you have a misunderstanding with a worker there. You don't quit your job.
No.
Right? You don't quit your job because you are hurt by an employee, a fellow employee. But it's only in church that people get hurt.
And they pack immediately. They used to change.
The only time is only advisable for somebody to leave the church is that when God told you to leave.
Yes.
Separation. You know, in church hurt, there are two kinds of separation that happens in church hurt. Okay, let's say the devil is not the one that orchestrates church hurt. It's because of the weakness of men. But the devil can also take advantage of church hurt and do many things.
That's what he does.
He does it.
To just get you to be on
I'll
your own.
give two illustrations. Number one is when you have a stack of wood burning together and you take one away from them and keep it separate. You don't have to pour water on the wood.
It goes down.
It stops burning.
Yeah.
Sometimes people tend to leave church. There are two kinds of people that leave church, number one, and the ones that leave church and never associate themselves with any church. There are ones that leave church and goes to another church. Right? If you leave church and never associate yourself with any other church, it's like you have set a platform for the devil to hunt. Look at how the devil hunts. The Bible describes the devil as a roaring lion looking for whom to. He's not a lion actually.
He's running like a lion.
His strategy is the one that lions use. What's the strategy of the lion? Look at how the lion hunts. If the lion comes to where a pack of wolves is, maybe there are 20 of the wolves. The lion knows, or hyenas, if he attacks this pack, together they can kill him. Kill it, right? What the lion does is that the lion stays at a distance and roars. When he roars, in fear, all the wolves will start running. Then the lion will patiently wait for the one wolf that will run differently, different direction. You get it? So when he runs a different direction, that's the meal for the night. So sometimes those contentions that is found among brethren is actually sometimes the devil ignites it. And then we, because of our lack of wisdom, when we don't handle it well and it grows, the devil uses that privilege to come in.
Exactly.
And people will leave church, the devil takes advantage of it to get what he wants to get. That's how the devil hunts. So in separating from brethren, you don't separate from brethren because I made that mistake. Permit me. I separated. I kind of, not that I separated. You know, you can be in church, but you are not one in the mind.
With them.
You are sitting down in the church, but you're actually far from them. There are two kinds of separation. You are still there attending services,
but you are no longer
but you
there.
are not there.
Sure.
It's still the same thing as not coming. Separating yourself from brethren will affect you, and most times it does not actually handle the hurt. That's the truth. You find out that when you give your distance, you say, let me give my distance and later I'll be fine, I will come back. When you come back, you have to see those people every day.
And it will like...
It will, yes. The hurt is as though
spring up
when you touch the wound.
Yes.
So it's better in handling it, stay there and be seeing their face every day. Right? It's not easy, but this is the process. Leaving the church because of a misunderstanding, permit me to use a very bad word, is foolish. The reason is because the next church you are going, they are going to be hurt. It's a promise.
It's true, because people are there.
Like it's a big promise from you. They are going to be.
And
as long as you are communicating with people, not angels.
Angels are not even perfect.
They have a will. That's why there was war in heaven. Angels even have a will of their own. If not, there won't be a war. In heaven, they make choices. The people that fought with the devil make choices that were not good choices. I'm talking about the angels. What about human beings?
Fallen.
We are going to see people there that it's a promise that will hurt you. And the reason is because many of us are coming from different backgrounds.
It's true.
We grew up differently. We have different things we believe, like you said, God is already working in our minds said, is the miracle of transformation. We are gradually being transformed mentally. But everybody has not gotten to that place where we understand. I get it. So, not responding at all to treatment.
It's true. And I think we should talk about
And you need them.
how to guard your heart.
Yeah, it's a very
It's very important to talk about how to guard your heart, because
Do you guard your heart
guard.
amongst families?
Like I think there are some.
I believe when she's talking about that, it's like our mindset.
Because if you are the kind of person that picks every offense,
Our
it means
mindset.
like you'll be
Okay.
offended.
That's the kind of
We're saying of the fact that we are family, so
Yeah.
you just
That
family
understanding.
for that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I one of the ways to
understanding.
guard your heart is cancel all expectations.
and know that you can be hurt.
I
Yes.
don't have
Cancel. Don't have
I think that was my
expectations.
liberation.
Yeah.
That was my
Don't have any
Don't have any expectation. Don't expect that they should pay my fees. They should do this.
And that
They
was what I
should do
told you
that.
in the case of my dad's burial when the church did what they did. I was not having any expectation at all, and it helped my heart. But some of my family members expected they should have done this and done that. Being the fact that the man was actually giving when he was okay, like helping the church and all that. But there was no expectation. That does not mean I don't care about the church or I am not. My mind is not in the church. But I just know if it doesn't come from God, no wahala.
So the church is being moved or being built into perfection
Mhm.
by Christ.
It's true.
That does not mean that all of us are there already. So if you get to the church, we are saying church. These are just few persons that.
Yes, nah.
Let's do the word church. Let's do the word church, right? Because a leader I don't know as a pastor how many people have actually provoked.
It's true.
Because you can even provoke somebody. You are not even relating with that person.
Oh, I remember. I
Someone
have an incident like that. I was talking to them. Like I was talking to about 5 people, 6 people. Someone there was provoked. However, the other 5 were fine. That's why I said hurt is relative.
It's relative.
Yeah.
You know, as simple as something. Sorry to cut you short, but I just wanted to bring that the fact
Yes,
that hurt is relative. In campus fellowship, then there's this senior friend we used to call that comes to preach. You know, he says if you're not using KJV Bible, you don't know what you are doing. Something like that. Something of sort. Not exactly like that. Those of us that are not so good with KJV, we felt bad. Like, why will you say we don't know what we are doing in our Christian world because we are not using
Okay, a good
KJV?
question. If somebody said that to you now, do you think you'll be hurt?
I don't know.
We are growing, but there are some people that have decided, just like Paul was telling them, by this time you should be eating solid food, but you are still taking meat. Some people have decided that they don't want to grow past those things. Any particular hurt, you take offense. Things that should not even hurt you, you are taking offense. And
Looking to pick little.
Exactly. And I
What do you have to say about let's bring it to leaders now, or some pastors, or some apostles that are not approachable at all? Like anytime you see them, they are mean. Sometimes somebody might try to reach out to you or approach you, but maybe at that first impression you created, maybe the way the person was trying to reach out to you and the frowning, the meanness, the seriousness, and the way you
responded to them.
responded to that person. Somehow that person might feel bad on the inside, but the person will not tell you because the person is not relating with you. So what do you have to say about some leaders or some? Why did some of them act that way?
Let me share a story. This was 2017. 2017. I used to organize 10 hours prayer. We used to pray every month. There's a lot of prayer meetings. Sometimes I'll call 3 days dry fasting without food, only water. We are stretching like
Oh
that.
my God.
Sometimes we pray from morning till evening. No food. We run it like that for 7 days. People begins to put you at this level. And something happened that period. I was consumed by the love for God. I didn't.
The love of God.
You don't see me in football games. Yes, you don't. You don't see me anything.
Because you thought it
Don't
was. Is it because you thought it was?
No, I'm just. When church is ending, I'm eager to go back to my room just to be there with God.
But is that really love for God or Zeke?
It's actually love for God.
It's
Yes.
love in a way.
It's love
Yeah.
for God in a way. So
You can get so
I
close
communicate with people,
somebody
but
that you don't mind other
Yes.
people. You're just with that person.
I communicate with people, but not that much. I was so enshrouded with what I was doing. I was seeking God. I did not minding people and all that. So something happened. I didn't know people were seeing me in a manner, you know. It got to a point that one of my senior friends, that was Nosene, called me one day. I mean, you will watch this letter. So he called me later, and he said there's something that is going on that you don't know. Because sometimes these things can be going on, but you don't know. Because sometimes you don't mind. Yes, you are devoted to what you are doing. He called me. Then that was in church. He called me and said something is going on and you don't even. I said, what was that? He said that it's as though people are becoming afraid of you. I said, I don't understand. I don't understand because I was doing this thing from my heart. You get what I mean? You only see me in prayer meetings. After prayer meeting dismissed, I put my head on the road. I'm gone. So he said, in fact, that when some people will see me on the road, like let's say I'm approaching, someone else is approaching. It gets so bad that somebody can see me on the road coming, and the person will fall another way. But adventure, when I look at the person, I will see the sin he committed. Yes, you know that kind of a thing. So he said, I don't know if there's a way that I can't remember the things he said, but it was something around it. I will handle this so that I was very grateful for him. I didn't know that these things were going on. Calling my attention to it was something a friend and somebody that cares about you would do. And I took that correction. What I did was that I started trying my best.
To relate.
Yes, I started coming out for football games. And I call football games, I would show up, we play ball, and I started, laughing, greeting people. I was not there like this. I was so, but the truth is that everybody will not be like that. I said something, you are not in charge of how people live their lives, but you're in charge of how you think and perceive things. This is what we have been saying before. People that pick little things as offense. You meet a man of God, a man of God, how are you doing? Many people in Oka, I know, one even came on my Facebook and typed it and said, sir, I've written you for like 5 times, you don't respond. I said, Jesus, because sometimes I'm going on the way, I'm lost. I'm meditating, I'm thinking about a lot of things, I'm praying. You don't even know that I was going to pray a prayer walk. It was a prayer walk I was doing. She was greeting me. I didn't know how I would apologize over and over and over and over again. There was a lady, she was angry. She stopped greeting me. We actually amended just last week. I called her and said, I'm not fine, I don't know. And so one of them knows, when you use all this earpiece that has a wire, people will know. But when you're using earpod, it's another problem. They might not see it. And you are calling me, Pastor Kingsley, how are you doing? I'm not hearing.
And I think this is where you start learning how to make excuses for people.